I'm yours truly, Dolphy Gilpin, with the amazing 5x12 matrix, coming to you from Englewood, New Jersey. Famous library ground, the BCCLS and Englewood, New Jersey. And this morning, specifically, I'm on the medical application of the amazing 5x12 matrix. For the past 5 years, we have been saying the amazing 5x12 matrix has in STEAM, the abbreviation, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and medicine, and music. For the M, in the STEM and the STEAM, STEM and STEAM, the M we're focusing on this morning is the medical aspect. Later on, we'll simultaneously bring in some mathematical and medical aspect of the amazing 5x12 matrix. Now, we're going to be using the amazing 5x12 matrix to sort of put together a simple health mobile. And I'm in my cargo bus this morning, and the amazing 5x12 matrix has enhanced this cargo bus space. This is not the first time we're using it, and we're using it again for the medical application. And specifically, we want to use the matrix, which has a biomedical definition as well as a mathematical format, as a resultant simple health mobile with potential for emergency medical ambulatory transform. A resultant simple health mobile with potential for emergency medical ambulatory transform. And I'm using an abbreviation here, the MAAT, as matrix assisted ambulatory transform. And well, the L mobile is more self-explanatory. This is a dynamic sort of a cargo bus we're using here, which can be transformed into an L mobile. Okay, we have a setup here of little instrumentation that later on will theoretically sort of bring the correlation or the matrix is applied. But let me just introduce briefly of my otoscope, and it's an ophthalmoscope, an otoscope. This section is used for the ear, and the ophthalmoscope section is missing. It's not tangible at the moment. I left it somewhere. I've gone to so many places. It's used in otology and in comprehensive general practice to examine the eye and the hearing. This is our usual stethoscope, a Littmann Classic. This is a simple laptop with showing the PQRS wave in normal and also in deviated abnormal sense. Let's try to get some illumination to this thing. I have a luminoscope attached to this. Maybe this thing doesn't have any power. Okay, here we have some illumination. I hope you could see the waveform here, the PQRS wave. And we have a little pharmacopoeia here, a little pocket pharmacology book, various generic drugs, synthesis and their usage, prescription dosages, and molecular biology, microbiology. Here we have a simple hammer. It's a reflex action here, the patella, and also the knee in the elbow, just to test our reflexes at time. Using neurology and also in comprehensive medicine. This is a stethoscope, or luminoscope, or otoscope, and ophthalmoscope. And in preventative medicine, I have here this sort of audio equipment that is used to reduce noise level at the airport. Yeah. And I myself work at the airport, so I sometimes apply it. The airplanes coming are too noisy on the ramp. And here's another simpler type, which provide more decibel application for the reduction of the noise. We just plug it into our ear. This is in preventative otology, right? And it's very useful because sometimes could develop very painful abnormal ear condition because of the noise level exceeding the threshold of noise for the hearing. It exceeded to a level that it's become malignant or even damaging to the hearing. So this is in preventative otology. We use this, and also this more simpler version of it. And all of this will explain our matrix, or amazing 5x12 matrix is applied in the medical sense, and the correlative explanation of our amazing 5x12 matrix being applied in medical application. All right. The word matrix itself is a biomedical and mathematical sort of representation. In the biomedical representation, by definition, it's the intercellular substance of a tissue as bone matrix, or in the tissue from which a structure developed as ear or nail matrix. In dentistry, it's a metal or plastic band used to provide proper form to a dental restoration, such as an anagram in a prepared cavity. So we have it matrix coming in dentistry, and the matrix in medicine, in biology, biomedical application. Further medical definition, we have the matrix as in cardiology. The ECM, the extracellular matrix, is the intricate network that fills the space between cells in the heart. Under normal physiological condition, cardiac myocytes occupy the largest or highest volume of space, and the extracellular matrix is less abundant than cells. Well, we'll see a reverse effect in the head, in certain section of the head, neurology, that the extracellular matrix is less abundant than the cells. Here in the cardiology sense, it's more abundant than the cell. And again, we have the extracellular matrix providing a platform for cells to maintain structure and function, which in turn maintain tissue function. So then it's logical to assume that if the matrix is not normal or is abnormal, then it's going to bring abnormal L to the body, because the matrix is an integral part of the tissue. It's the space, the intercellular space found between the intercellular substance of a tissue as bone matrix, or tissue from which a structure developed as ear or nail matrix. And it's the space occupied in between cells. And as we see in the heart, it's more abundant than the cells, and in the head, it's less abundant than the cells itself. All right, so we're going to get into more detailed application of this matrix, both in the biomedical sense and in the mathematical scientific sense. The mathematical format, and we combine the two, integrate the two to make correlative calculations with our biomedical and mathematical matrix or matrices. So that's just a brief introduction to our medical application of the amazing 5x12 matrix / matrix. And we'll further get into some details of this medical application. And as you know, we are using this matrix, MAAT, as a matrix-assisted ambulatory transform, and as an health mobile, a simple health mobile, resulting from our application of the amazing 5x12 matrix / matrix. So we'll take a break here, and then we'll come back. We'll come back to our medical application of the amazing 5x12 matrix / matrix. So let's just take a break and return.